Hey, today we're going to talk about worship. I actually got the idea for this video from a song. I'm going to close with that part because it's going to tie all this together real nice. I first want to start talking about worship and what it is. You see, today, a lot of us think of worship as simply those songs we sing in church, worship songs. And it's so much more than that. Worship should be a part of our everyday life. If I actually looked up the definition of worship in the dictionary, and it says the feeling or expression of reverence or adoration, an honor given to someone in recognition of their merit. And that's what I wanted to talk about today, is that part where it says recognition of their merit. A lot of times I don't think we give God the recognition or worship for who He is in our life. He has a lot of merit in our life. Often we look past that and we worship other things, including ourselves at times. The ways we can worship God, maybe He's given us a talent, a gifting in something. Maybe it's a sport, maybe it's our job. We work real hard to hone that talent and be the best that we can be with that talent. The thing we need to remember is to give the merit or recognition to God for blessing us with that in the first place. It's very easy for us to take credit, take the recognition, but we need to remember to give God the glory. He's the one where it all started, and He was with us in the journey when we were honing that talent. Another way is just by putting our trust in God. In a difficult situation, worship is recognizing that God has been there in our lives before. He's seen us through difficult situations, and He's going to do it again. Putting that trust in Him is an act of worship. Finally, the other one that comes to head is just obedience. That God's maybe calling us to do that thing that we think we can't do, that we think we're incapable of. Just realizing that maybe we can't do it, but we know God can do it through us. And that, again, is worship. Just knowing that God has that merit in our life, and He's going to be there, always. Okay, so now I want to bring it back to the song that started all this. That song was I Can Only Imagine. I heard it on the radio. It's by Mercy Me. If you haven't heard it before, I'm going to put a link to it in the description here. It's certainly worth a listen. In a nutshell, that song is about our transition into the afterlife. How it's going to be so much more than we can imagine, that we can't, as humans, put it in context at this point. But that song ends with a certain line that just hit me like a brick the other day. It says, I can only imagine when all I will do is forever, forever worship you. And obviously that's worshiping God. And I don't know why, but I never caught it before. But when all I can do is forever, forever worship you. You see, I really kind of suck at worship. I like to worship myself. I like to worship other things in life. I like to see things that people have and say, hey, I want that. I put value in the creation a lot of times instead of putting value in the Creator. And that's the challenge this week, is just kind of look at our lives and see where we're not giving God that glory. Where do we need to do a better job looking past ourselves, looking past the things in this world, and give God the glory, worship Him. And to forever worship Him, that means that I won't have that predisposition to put other things in front of God. It doesn't mean forever worship you. I won't forever be in heaven singing songs to God. I'll be doing so much more than that. I'll be using every gift that God has given me, every talent, for His glory, not mine. I won't be getting in the way anymore. So let's look at that and just see how can we live our lives as a way of worshiping the Lord. Hey, we'll catch you next time on Wednesday Wisdom.